So let's consider the whole new area of creativity. Now, rather than creativity, I think as the master Krishnamurti has pointed out, we should really be talking about creativeness, which is the virtue in creativity, like goodness and sacredness and that kind of a thing. Now we got to, first of all, why are we concerned with creativeness? Why this concern and why this quest for creativeness? Can we understand that first? That's where we got to go. We got to enter there first. And when we really enter that arena, then we definitely get the feeling that unless there is that creativeness or creative elan vital in us, and we ride on that wave, we ride on that eagle, we really don't feel good about life. So when the creativeness, the wave is surging through us and we are on the wave, then somehow there is a very deep sense of inner wellness, and which may be a legitimate reason why we should consider creativeness per se in greater detail, so that we may understand why that creativeness is not present all the time, and its visitation is so very rare. And then it also seems to me that creativeness is rare except in the people who by divine architecture are so fortunate that there is a gate open for creativeness all the time. Now these are the all-time great people in the humanities, in the arts, in music, in mathematics and in the sciences, and even in the religious field. And for them the gate is always open. And did they do any sadhana in order to keep the gate open? Or is there another factor we have not got sight of yet? I think it's by divine architecture. By birth they are like that, they're born like that. And they are very fortunate, and they are, I think, in a meager minority. And for the others, how do we understand the arising of this creativeness and why it is not arising ever so often that we could be so delighted in our lives and so creative in our lives all the time? Now, so long as the self is active in our life and in the way we come face to face with the totality of life, if the self is active all the time, then I think we don't have a chance to ride on the wave of creativeness. It's not going to surge through us. But if somehow that self can be tamed and calmed and silenced, then I think automatically there will be a surging of this wave of creativeness and we will be in the flow. So the question arises whether through self-knowing, the taming and calming and silencing of the self will happen in a very natural way, so that creativeness almost becomes our default setting. That is, we meet with life, not with the self, which is extremely cunning, calculative, divisive in thought and feeling, but rather in a very vulnerable state, and as practically nobody, because the default setting is we want to be somebody and we want everybody to pick this up, that we are somebody. But if we could approach life as nobody, then I think we have a chance of riding on that magnificent wave of creativeness.